Hey, how's it going? So I was chatting with a new client earlier and we were going over the concept of muscle confusion because she had lost 50 pounds on her own, did it completely by herself, was not a coaching client yet. She lost 50 pounds and maintained it for over a year. But now her goal was to put on muscle. And for even though a lot of places want to tell you that if you lift up weights you get big and bulky really quickly, that's a bunch of bullshit. It is very hard to put on muscle, especially if you're, a typical woman. There are some women that can put it on rather easily, but if you are one of those women, you already know it without picking up a weight. So one of the things she was talking about was muscle confusion, because she was doing all these different exercises without really focusing on, doing a particular program and sticking with it. So my main thing was to tell her, pick 9 exercises and do those week in and week out for 4 to 6 weeks. And then once your body gets accustomed to those, then you can switch to another, 6 to 9 exercises depending on, how many exercises you're doing and how many days a week you're working out. Because if you focus on all these fancy exercises you see all these Insta models doing, it's like you're never really going to get anywhere. It's like you have to, stick to certain exercises so your body can get accustomed to stuff. You're getting stronger, you're lifting heavier weights, your body, knows what it wants to do and will fire the appropriate muscles. If you're constantly throwing all these different exercises that you see all these Insta models giving you, you are never gonna get anywhere if your goal is muscle building. You can if your goal is weight loss, because pretty much just as long as you do anything to burn off the calories, you'll lose the weight. But if you're trying to put on size once you lose all the fat, you really need to stick to, certain exercises and just use those until you get accustomed to them and then go to something else. And if you're gonna go that route, I recommend you do the big exercises and stick to those. Do squats, deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, some sort of bench press, whether it be dumbbell, barbell, rows, bent over rows, cable rows, overhead presses. Stick to the big exercises that use the big muscles, and you'll probably put on muscle. And by the way, more than likely, you probably won't put on more than 1/8 to 1/4 pound a week of muscle. They say for the average guy like my size, 200 pounds, if you can put on 10 to 15 pounds of muscle in a year, you're doing really well. So if you're a woman, especially the one I was talking about earlier that weighs around 100 pounds, if you put on 5 pounds of muscle within a year, you're doing really well. So it's gonna take a while, but you need to stick to a certain program instead of going all over the place with different stuff. So make sure you're eating enough, keep doing the same exercises, keep it simple, stick to the fundamentals, and you should get to where you want to be. But if by chance you try all that and you're not getting anywhere, please leave a question below, or you can PM me or send me an email, and we will go over some ways that you can look at to see where you may be going, I don't want to say wrong, but may not be working for you. So until next time, this is Paul F. Sweat, certified personal trainer and certified nutrition coach, signing off. And until next time, train smart, train hard, train safe, train the sweat.